So if there's some sort of problem to the heading north on Emerson, it's backed up.
Call to order the Greenwood Redevelopment Commission on this the 11th day of March of 2025. May I have roll call, please?
Mr. Hopper.
I am here.
Mr. Boomer.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Present.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Let the record show our non-voting advisor seat is still vacant.
All right, we have a quorum and we are all in person. So motion to approve our minutes from our February meeting.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Hoover, second by Mr. Campbell. Any corrections, additions, deletions? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion is approved 5-0. No new business, no old business. Capital project report, Greenwood Fieldhouse, amendment to PSA with Wendell Hertzberger. Greenwood Fieldhouse Plaza Planning and Design.
Yes, this is just an introduction to the vote today. Going back multiple years when we built the field house and then did, part of the parcels around it with the Madison development, we always imagined something better than what is just currently out in front of the field house, which is basically just grass with a little drainage swale cut into it, which is fine. And so we're starting to look forward to design on that. We were awarded through the Ready 2.0 program $1.5 million to make kind of a cool civic space there. That obviously will take a while to play out because we're going to spin down all of Ready for 80% of Ready 1, which is still out there before they start doing Ready 2 grants. So there's lots of options. We have a variety of tasks here from Wendell Hertzberger, who's familiar with the area, done Old City Park, and we'll bring this back again next month with probably a bit of presentation about some of the ideas we have. But we'll try to match that to kind of what our budget looks like in the out years, what the lot of uncertainty fiscal situation around the whole state right now. So we'll kind of try to scale it towards what is deemed appropriate, but we're going to get started on working on designing something more than just the field that's there currently. So no voting.
Okay. Any questions, Mr. Simons?
Is this just the contract for 32.4? Is that?
No, that was the Rundell Arthur. It's not. It's over $100,000, so it's under the 2 meeting rule, even though it's an amendment. So that was just the introduction. The next one is where we're headed towards. That will actually be of the month.
This money goes. I'm sorry. This money.
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Are you still up?
Yes.
Pedestrian crosswalks contract for services with Carrier and Gable.
Yes, so our street department is actually going to do the installation on these. So this is the equipment, so it's good to see that cooperation. The total is $47,516. And what these are increasing our connectivity, pedestrian safety, and walkability through areas that are in TIS. The first one is a place where we put up just an illuminated light, a street light a few years ago. It's a Smith Valley and Grassy Creek. Grassy Creek is the road, cuts between some apartment complexes and goes over to Sheep Road. And then it's on Smith Valley where the curve is in front of Val Vista Arms. So if you want to leave that trail and go back towards Sheep, basically, this is now will be the crosswalk. We put a light up and a street light and just a sign a few years ago. Now we're going to actually get a push button crosswalk for bikers and people who want to leave the Smith Valley Trail and go towards Sheep. The second is push button activated crosswalk at Worsville Road and basically Tracy Trail, where it crosses Worsville Road to get to Summerfield Park. Tracy Trail comes down past the mobile home complex and then winds into Summerfield Park, which is between two sections of the Summerfield housing development. And this will be another push button to allow, if you get on Tracy Trail up by the high school or whatever, you can come down, hit the button, cross into the Summerfield Park. And the third is, if you remember, the RDC participated in a grant either during COVID or right before, where we put school flashers and crosswalks in front of all the schools, you know, everything from Greenwood Christian over there on Main Street to Greenwood High School to, you know, the Lightland schools all throughout the city. We did not do Our Lady of the Greenwood because at that point in time, we were building a parking garage and field house. Meridian was all torn up and there was not a place to put that. We had made a commitment to put push the button pedestrian activated crosswalk between the Madison and Our Lady of the Greenwood. And this would come in and do that. So my suggestion for these 3 pedestrian connectivity projects would be to pay one out of, well, you pay them out of Central, East, and honestly, Worsville, just depends on what the controller wants. They're all in TIFs and further our trail and connectivity goals. And that is just for materials. Our street department has done enough of these over the years that they're gonna do all the install, they're gonna put them in, so.
Kevin, where's the one on Meridian?
That will connect into the OLG campus, I believe across from, I can't remember if it's Orchard or Church, or in between there, but it's at one of the
Okay,
blocks.
it's down close to
There's a
the
sidewalk
parking
on
garage.
the one side of OLG, and then there's a sidewalk now on the one side of 523. And there's ADA ramps, but there's not a pedestrian and school flashers there.
I'm with you.
Just because we got all those with the grant, and we couldn't use the grant when it was construction, we couldn't combine projects.
Makes sense.
So a motion to approve this contract at not to exceed $47,516, it looks like.
I'll second.
This one's for second by Mr. Harris. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. All right, motion approved 5-0.
One more thing, not on there, but just we always like to talk about the sports park since this did it. Just talking with Rob today, one of the tournaments this summer has, I believe, either 38 or 39 teams registered.
Nice.
So it's become a real asset and destination for the greater community.
Trying to think, I talked to somebody, I don't remember who it was, but their child's team is going to start practicing.
Yeah, they're also doing practice, and that started this week. So this will be their first full year of sports park. Thank you again. Thank you, gentlemen. Take care.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Adam, you're up. Financial report. If you have anything for us.
Hey, everybody, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Hey, good afternoon. Really just one quick update on the TIF management report that's due April 15th. We are nearing the final draft of that, and we'll be sharing it with Commissioner Harris for review. We'll also be sharing an electronic link to the annual financial report that'll serve as the compliance for the April 1st report that's due. And we are working with the city to make sure that the Common Council also gets a draft link to the TIF management report and prior to the April 15th deadline. So between now and your next regularly scheduled meeting, we'll have the final draft circulated, and we will just be kindly asking for acceptance of that at your April meeting, and we will do the coordination to ensure that the April 1st timeline, as well as the council receipt of that report, are also conducted prior to that date. That is all I have.
All right. Anybody have any questions for Adam? All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks, Ed. Fire reports. Mr. Hodson.
Yes, we're in negotiation with the Allen Commercial Group to assign the city's right to exercise an option on a property currently owned by Cummins. The nature of the deal would be that we would assign to the Allen Group for $5.5 million. The city's obligation to Cummins would be $5 million. So the RDC would receive $500,000 from the transaction, which is nice, but the real justification for it, we would have a local developer with a proven track record of actually doing things in Greenwood and not sitting on land for decades. So I would like your approval to move forward and complete this contract and authorize the mayor to sign on behalf of the Redevelopment Commission.
So moved.
Second by Mr. Campbell. Any questions for Sam? All those in favor, aye. All those opposed, nay. All right, motion is approved 5-0. Thanks, sir. Mr. Watson.
We have a follow-up on the Beerus project. The annual report was provided to us in writing, and we have reviewed it and found it to be in order. It's complied with the reporting requirements, and so their oral report has been waived. I would highlight the following. The construction of the project is fully completed and it is fully leased. Based on the CF1 that was provided in March of 2024 for their abatement, they have expended $9.6 million on that project. The project has generated $8.6 million in new assessed value. The project has generated $205,000 in property taxes to date. And as reported on the CF1 filing in March of 2024, the project had 86 employees with a total salary payments of $3.3 million. And they'll be providing an additional CF1 later this spring. I would just remind you that the RDC provided approximately $309,000 in incentives for this project. The project agreement projected that the project would generate $1.3 million in additional property taxes to be collected by December 31 of 2030. So about halfway through that period, it's proportionately low at this point because of the tax payment. And that will ramp up as the tax payment falls off. So that's just a summary of that project.
I'm sorry, how many jobs were they?
86 employees is what they currently reported, and they did not have a requirement for a set number. They had projections, I believe. I don't think that they had a set number that they required.
We can catch up later. I was just curious.
Anything else? Any questions? Sir? Mr. Wright?
Nothing from my office.
The engineer's not here, so I assume nothing.
I did have a constituent call me
Yesterday, maybe, want to know what the plans were for traffic when we closed down Smith Valley and Aver, put the roundabout in. I guess the computers have been down here all day, so Jim wasn't able to get me that information, but if anybody wants it, I can share it. It starts in August, I think, is when we'll be closed for about 90 days.
So rerouting.
Yeah. Don't we usually do that as soon as school's over? We wonder why we're waiting 2 months.
Part of it's related to the Duke relocation.
Oh,
The other
Duke
part
again.
is-
Okay.
Duke, oh.
We're also doing the Whitman, Smith Valley roundabout, and then Aver, Smith Valley, so it's gonna be one right after the other.
So we are doing the one at,
We're gonna do both of them in this construction season.
okay, so one of them will start, the one in front of the high school will start when school's out.
Yes. I thought
Okay.
you said both of them will start in August.
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
plan was to do Whitman first and then Aver after that, but there's also the moving of all the new transmission and distribution.
They've got at least the pallets down to move equipment in. I mean, that seems like it might happen on time-ish, maybe. Never know.
Somebody's not ready.
Yeah. All right, anything from the mayor's office? I'm gonna go no, probably. Is there an motion to approve our claims docket in the amount of $2,779,626.20? Motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. Hoover. All those in favor, aye? Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is approved 5-0. Anything else from anybody on the interwebs or in the room? All right, hearing none, we shall be adjourned.